Dear Honorary Stefan Dion, dear Deputy Consul Barth, dear Assistant Deputy Minister Blair, dear Dr. Mück, dear ladies and gentlemen in Berlin and Montreal. Minister Martin Günther was not available today, so yesterday evening I was asked to jump on the train this morning to represent him, and I'm very happy to join your exciting program today. My name, as you just heard, is Kai Stührenberg, and my company, the ministry, has a very long name. You made it very good, so it's always a challenge to do this. It seems that we have some similarities between Quebec and Bremen, as I just heard, so the cooperation between Germany and Canada definitely makes sense. In the name of the free Hanseatic city of Bremen, it's a pleasure for me to introduce you to some artificial intelligence activities, or if you want it shorter, AI activities in our German federal state. We are the smallest of 16 federal states and the only city-state with 2 cities in Germany. That's Bremen and that's Bremerhaven, and we call us the home of innovation and also the city of space, because we are pretty good in this, what we think. As you all know, digitization is putting pressure to innovation on industry and small and medium enterprises. And the state of Bremen is one of the top 10 German industrial centers, and we take this challenge very seriously. In Bremen, innovative industries join forces with the IT sector and foster scientific institutions to collaborate on digitization and applied projects. Companies need to improve their competencies in order to improve their competitiveness and to strengthen these efforts. The state of Bremen works on this issue side by side to the companies and all the institutes. To get the most out of the cooperation, high-level communication is essential. Therefore, networks are an important instrument to help to implement technologies and innovations in practice. As you might know, the economy in Bremen has its focus on 4 innovative clusters. That's aeronautics, with some big companies like Airbus and OHB, the wind energy, automotive, we have one of the biggest Daimler plants in Bremen, and of course, of the harbor, maritime economy and logistics. These are the top innovative industry sectors in our town. Besides this, we have a big amount of IT companies and research institutes with international reputations. Some of them you are already here today, and you will get to know it a little bit better in a few moments. Economy and research face fundamental changes in production and workforce everywhere, and also in Bremen. And for old economy, innovation is always a big challenge. So it's a big task to live in a world of constant change, to find out how and when to invest, how to deal with new forms of work, and last but not least, find the right employees to cope with all these challenges coming with digitization and also artificial intelligence. In most of the cases, the companies, especially the SMEs, need partners to help. Here, but also in other areas, we just heard it in the last speech, startups contribute to solutions with their know-how. Therefore, it makes sense to find out how to collaborate with these new and innovative companies. In Bremen, we focus on so-called corporate startups to bring together experience and innovation. For these startups, Bremen is a big deal due to potential of cooperation partners like Airbus and other big companies. So we have many corporate startups that choose Bremen in favor of Hamburg or Berlin. With our new startup incubator for space, we are planning and starting very soon. We will foster this development to a big extent. But let's go back to our daily work life. With new techniques and applications, digitization reforms the work and the organizations in a never-seen way. To help the industry to be successful, we have to innovate with key technologies like artificial intelligence, 3D printing, and lightweight materials, where we all have a lot of competences in our state. My employer, the Ministry of Economic Affairs, Labor and Ports in Bremen, supports this development in close cooperation with the overall Bremen economy and science communities. We offer financial funding and also a lot of consulting services for the companies. This excellent basis offers a room for development, and therefore the ministry's ultimate goal is met, and that is we want to develop and further strengthen Bremen's opportunities and competencies, and we will do this in the next months with a lot of efforts. One of the key enabling technologies of digitization is artificial intelligence, and sooner or later, most sectors will implement AI. For example, a recent study on behalf of the Federal Ministry of Economics and Energy of Germany estimates that up to 30 billion euros in economic growth will be triggered by AI over the next 5 years in Germany alone. This presents a third of the total economic growth. To be honest, AI is not a totally new thing. It's more a concentrated and sophisticated form of IT which we all experience in our daily life. We use our smartphones, we have our wristwatches to record our health data, we organize workflows, aircraft and drones control themselves. We already have predictive maintenance in our plans. Insurances are working on new scoring system. We talk to speech bots. And to give you one little special story from my hometown, our successful soccer team also uses artificial intelligence to find out which players they have to buy next. When I look at the last games, it might be a good idea to do this. These are some examples, and there's more to come. Image content along with speech recognition and common cases for deep learning. Many programs still lack some creativity, but they can already process unimaginably amounts of data in near real time. So new business models will be the outcome of this. As we see, AI brings progress and development for our companies and also for society. But however, this key enabling technology comes also with some ethical and legal challenges, like, for example, autonomous machines that make decisions based only on software criteria, and AI systems operate deterministically, and they may cause discrimination just about algorithmic profiling of humans. Therefore, it is important to also develop ethic guidelines that are primarily based on the needs of human society, and that is also an issue we are discussing in Bremen with our stakeholders and many groups. To come back to our strategy point, society changes require financial support and funding, and the German federal government strategically decided to allocate more than 3 billion euros for AI in the coming years alone. Bremen is in a good position to participate in this funding. To communicate our competences and spread the word about what we can achieve in Bremen, the Ministry of Economic Affairs and Labor and Ports in Bremen took the initiative to develop an overall AI strategy for the state of Bremen. We do this very close with the Ministry of Science because the key to success lies in the collaboration of researchers and companies. In a sense, the Bremen AI strategy aims to help knowledge-intensive sectors of the economy to proactively address their own potentials, challenges and objectives in the field of artificial intelligence. This includes aeronautics and satellite production, vehicle construction, maritime technologies, automobile design and production, and knowledge-intensive services. The Robotics Innovation Center in Bremen and the Cyber Physical Systems at the Bremen location of the DFKI, you will see them later on, are of central importance to support the industry in this task. They are involved in many projects like port lighting, intelligent port lighting, or also icing forecast and the wind power. Complementary institutes are the Institute for Artificial Intelligence at the Technology Centrum for Informatics, and also the Bremer Institute for Production and Logistics, the BIBA. Also to mention the Center for Technomathematics, where we deal with autonomous driving. This institute invented one of the 4 central software programs in the world for optimization called, like you know it from Star Trek, Warp. And not forget Mewis Diagnostics. Mewis Diagnostics, who are worldwide known for radiological software to predict cancer. They do this for about 20 years now, and they are very successful with this. Additional support provide 5 universities in Bremen and around Bremen with the expertise of their scientists and all their technical stuff. So we have thousands of people working on technology and in the academic field. The joint efforts of industry and science will strengthen the competitiveness of the knowledge-intensive business location in the state of Bremen. Near the end of my speech, I want to give you some examples of Bremen companies that have successfully implemented artificial intelligence know-how. There's, for example, Ubimax, a global leader in wearable computing, using augmented reality to the use in logistics, manufacturing, and also in maintenance. There's also Blackout Technologies, which is a pioneer in social robotics. Here, robots are designed to interact with people and help them everyday life or in the office. You can already talk in Bremen to Pepper, a cute little service robot in the cashier hall of the biggest Bremen bank. Maybe in some months, when you come to Bremen, you will meet them and the Pepper will show you the way to the city. In November 2018, a project called Simon launched into space. This device is an AI-based assistant for astronauts, developed by Airbus in Bremen and IBM. Last but not least, there's Kraken Robotic, a successful Canadian Bremen company. The company was founded to develop sensors and software for next-generation smart subsea systems. It's a spin-off from the DFKI and established as a subsidiary of Kraken Sonar Incorporated, a Canadian company. At the beginning, I talked about the importance of networks. Therefore, all these actors in Bremen have joined forces in a network, and this network is called Bremen AI. Here we have all relevant companies and institutes together sharing their ideas and cooperate for a better future. Bremen AI serves to share and generate new ideas by collaboration with existing Bremen sectors, associations, and mixes and matches Bremen Innovation Cluster, such as Avia Space, for space and aerospace, and Bremen with the key enabling technology, artificial intelligence. Bremen AI also communicates the competences of their members and works on acquisition of national and international research projects. I hope that this short introduction gave you a glimpse of what Bremen has to offer in the field of innovation, especially when we talk about artificial intelligence and the applied work for industry. The House of Senator Günther is trying to be ahead of the time to give all the stakeholders what they need to succeed. And this is our way to develop the Bremen economy to the competitive in the next decades. I hope to see you all tonight at the reception and the representation of the federal state of Bremen. And this is all. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you.